Good afternoon and happy Thursday, everyone. It is Scott Wohlers with River Place Capital. It is Thursday, December the 2nd, and just wanted to take a brief moment just to talk about what we saw in markets last week, what has caused the volatility that we've seen in markets this week, and really touch on where we're moving forward from here. So last week was a very volatile week in the market. The S&P 500 finished the week down 2.8%. However, the mid-cap index, the S&P 400, finished the week down 4%, and the small caps as measured by the S&P 600 were down 4.2% on the week. Now we're heading into Thanksgiving on a very positive trend, and heading into a very seasonally strong time period in the stock market and in the equity markets. However, when we woke up Friday, we were introduced to a new coronavirus variant, Omicron, and that really sent markets tumbling on a very light volume, very short trading day, which was Black Friday last Friday. The market was open from 9:30 to 1, and you saw very light volumes, but you saw heavy selling pressure. One of the things that I really wanted to talk about here real quick before we move on to other things is we have now seen 4 different versions of the coronavirus: the original version, Alpha, Delta, Omicron, and Ida. And we've seen all of those different variants across the board. And each time a new variant has come into the equity markets, the reaction has been less and less and less severe. I know Friday was a sharp down day, but when you look at it from a point perspective, but when you look at it from a percentage perspective, it wasn't down a tremendous amount for the day. And then we saw markets recover. So what we've seen is as each variant comes, the reaction has been less and less and less severe in the stock market. And hopefully that we discover that this variant is not going to be as severe as other ones. And as viruses mutate, they tend to lose their potency. I am not a doctor. Don't try to be one. Not planning to be one. Just my investing take on it. And we may see that reaction kind of be limited and not as severe as we've seen in times past. And we head into this week. We had a recovery day in the market on Monday. Markets bounced back lightly. And then we headed into Tuesday, and we looked like we were off to a good start on Tuesday. And then Fed Chair Jay Powell was testifying in front of the Senate about policy and policy stance. And one of the things that he said on Tuesday to the Senate was that the Fed, in order to fight inflation, that it's not going to be as transitory as they initially thought, they're going to speed up their tapering, which means they're going to speed up the timeline from where they stop buying mortgage-backed securities, bonds, and things like that in the bond market. And that really sent markets tumbling on Tuesday over fears of faster and more quick monetary tightening, meaning rate hikes next year. And you really saw the market sell off of that news. Then we looked like we were going to have a nice recovery off of that Wednesday, and then we discovered that there was a confirmed Omicron variant patient in the United States, in California, and that really sent markets tumbling down as over fears of travel bans and things along that line and slowing of the economy. However, President Biden did come out on Monday and say, listen, we're not going to shut down with this new variant. We're not going to have shutdowns. The economy is going to remain open, and we are in a very seasonally strong time in the market and the economy as well. The consumer is very strong right now. Christmas should be a very good Christmas season with buying this year. And so as we look out to the rest of the year, where do we go from here? Well, we now have the news of the Fed policy. We now have the news of the Omicron variant and the spread of that. And now what we are going into and entering into is a seasonally strong time frame. And one of the things that may be happening is we've had over 25 million new investors come into the marketplace over the last 18 months as new investors, and they've only seen one thing. They've only seen markets just hyperbolically move up, and these stocks make very large moves. Is we may just start to see a return to fundamentals. Remember, the stock market is one of fear and greed, and they're battling each other to find the fair price value of current assets. So we anticipate a strong season for the rest of the year as we continue to monitor it. Now, don't get me wrong, something could come in and unforeseen, like the Omicron variant, and send us down, but we really feel like we've seen the worst of it from that perspective and should continue to move higher towards the end of the year. As always, if you have questions about what's going on with your individual portfolio or how to navigate through this time, feel free to give us a call. We're easy to talk to. You can reach us at 904 346 3460, or as always, check us out online at www.riverplacecapital.com. Thanks and have a wonderful day.